Hello everyone, my name is Adi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Baptized Talkers, where I share my life experiences. I hope you find my stories entertaining, informative, or relatable. I like talking with my hands, like using both my hands to talk, the hand gestures. But I cannot do it properly today because I'm holding my new microphone. I'm calling the microphone because it's tiny. I'm holding my new microphone in my right hand. I recently bought the microphone and I love it. It's not top of the range, but it's mine and it's what I can afford and I love it so much. And I know I'm supposed to clip it to my clothing, right? So my hands are free. But I love it so much. I just want to hold it in my hand. I love it. Probably by the end of January, I'll be tired of holding it in my hand and I'll just clip it to my clothing like I'm supposed to. Okay, so I just woke up from a 4 hour nap. Yeah, I love napping. I love sleeping. I really love sleeping. Um, Please keep this nap in mind because it's significant to today's conversation. Not very significant, really. I'm just a drama queen. Not very, but just keep the nap in mind. Okay, so on New Year's Day, I was invited to a lunch. And I ended up having a conversation with someone. No, it's not. This conversation is not uncommon, especially to people my age. When you get to a certain age and you're female, with uh birthing potential. Not necessarily like just females with birthing potential, really. Just females over 30 start to get um this unsolicited advice from people. When you get my age and you don't have children and you're not married and you're not dating, people become curious about what your plans are. So someone approached me and they asked me. So I was on my phone. I wasn't like really on my phone. I was actually, yeah, I was on my phone, but I was using my other phone to record myself. I don't know what I had in mind. I was just sitting there recording myself, doing absolutely nothing, just on my phone because we're done eating. Everyone was having a drink. People were taking pictures. Everyone was just relaxing. So I started recording myself just because. I just started recording myself because I had the battery to do so, I had the potential to do so, so I had the capacity to record myself. So I started recording myself. So as I was sitting there, this person came and sat opposite me. Like I don't have anything against this person. I really laughed. I enjoyed the conversation, but it's just interesting. It was an interesting conversation. Oh, so the person came and sat opposite me, and they asked me if I was talking to my boyfriend. I said, no, actually, the full conversation recorded, but I just don't have the courage to upload it yet on YouTube. Probably at a later point, I'll upload it. So this person said opposite me, and they asked me if I was talking to my boyfriend. Something I get asked a lot when I'm on my phone and I'm smiling. And if you see me on my phone and I'm smiling, it's usually because I'm talking to my older sister. She's funny. She's the best of she's the best. She makes me laugh so much. This person asked me if I was talking to my boyfriend. So I said, no, I'm just checking things out on my phone. I don't have a boyfriend. You are like, what? What do you mean you don't have a boyfriend? I like, yeah, I don't have a boy. I used to date in my 20s, but now I'm just tired. I'm just really trying to focus on work and developing myself and, uh, hanging out with people that I enjoy hanging out with. And I don't have to, you know, go through all the relationship drama that I used to go through when I was in my 20s. I had good relationships and I had bad ones. So I'm not saying my all my relationships that I had in my 20s were terrible. Some were bad, some were good. It's a mix. It's a mix. It's a mix. And right now I'm taking a break from dating, completely taking a break. So you said to me, "Oh, I hope you've dated in the past." So I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I used to date in my 20s. Just now I'm taking a break." Then he asked me, then he said, "If you don't mind, how old are you?" So I told him, "No, I'm over 30." Then he was like, "You are running out of time. You're getting to a dangerous age." I'm sure a lot of women over 30 feel this before. You're running out of time. You're getting to a dangerous age. You need to have a child. So I told him, I don't really intend to have a child of my own. I might later on, but I don't have plans to have a child. My siblings have children, and I'm probably going to focus on helping them raise those children instead of bringing in more children into the world. And um, and I cannot afford to take care of the child that I'll be bringing in the world. Then he said to me, "Oh, your siblings' children are not your children. So, you never know. Maybe one day they will say, this isn't my mother. So I'm not going to want it to have anything to do with her." Okay, so I didn't really argue this person. I was just going with the flow. So whatever they said, I would agree with them, politely agree with them and laugh. That's what I do a lot. When I'm comfortable, I laugh a lot. I laugh a lot. The person will think, "Oh, men are so entertaining." But that's just how I I tend to be when I'm uncomfortable. And the person said to me something a lot of people have said to me, not a lot really, just a couple of people, just a couple interesting characters. You said to me, "You're being selfish." People, when I really think of it, what I consider selfishness is bringing a child into the world when you cannot support them financially. Number one. Number two, when you don't have time to actually take of the to nurture this child, give them love, and do things with them, like take them to school, attend sports events, and just be there to bond with your child. Um, and a lot of like people my age now, as much as they want to have children, they don't have the financial capability to do so, and they don't have the time to do so because people are working excruciatingly long hours, and they're not earning a lot of money. So a lot of people cannot afford to raise a child. And gone are the days when people wouldn't even have jobs, would have children, and things would turn out well. um, Nowadays, you need to be financially stable in order to properly raise a child. Just giving a child the bare minimum doesn't mean you're doing it. For me, like just giving the child the bare minimum is not fair on the child. You need to give them the best. That's the kind of parent I would want to be. Though I'm not going to be a parent, I don't plan to be a parent. But if I was going to be a parent, I would want to give my child nothing but the best. So taking the little man that I have now, and that look like the little man that I that's not even enough for me, and then trying to use that to raise a child as well, I feel like that's like absolutely redonkulous, really. If you don't mind this lovely English word, it's redonkulous to go on and have a child when you cannot afford to have one. And some people, they don't even plan it properly. Like if you ask some people who have children now, what's the plan? Did they like what was going through your mind and stuff like that? Did you plan it out? They have no plan. They just bringing the child into the world, into this crazy, crazy, absolutely crazy, chaotic world. And they don't have a plan on how they're going to raise this child and how they're going to put this child through college. They're just, going with the flow. It's so unfair on the child. That is selfish. And yeah, so I feel like I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to get conned or pressured into getting married just because that's what the society expects of me. And I'm not going to get pressured into having a child just because that's what society expects of me. Just because my biological clock is ticking, I'm not. Just because my biological clock is ticking, it doesn't mean I should be having a child. I'm okay the way I am, and I'm happy the way I am, and I'm comfortable where I am. Why would I want to disrupt that? And you know what? I'm actually not completely comfortable because I'm not earning enough money for me to classify myself as comfortable. So why would I want to change the way things are, and just plunge myself into the unknown? One thing that I'm always clear about is how much I love my parents and how much I would love to take care of them in their old age. But now when I'm married, it's not just my parents that I have to look out for. I have to look out for my husband's parents as well. I'm not the only child. I have siblings, but um I have siblings, but but what? I have siblings and we'll all be contributing. But you never know who you might meet in their circumstances. They might be the only child, and now you have the in-laws to take care of them moved into your home, and you also have a job to do. Like you have your own job. You have to go to work, and now you have children on top of. So if you have two children, now you have four children, including the in-laws that you have to take care of. There's so many nuances to marriage and having kids that people don't think about. I do think about. I like to overthink things. I like to think of the consequences of every decision that I make. I want of having a child and getting married, in my perspective, far outweigh the pros. Hence why I'm in my 30s and married, not in a relationship, and childless. And very happy. I'm happy where I am. But anyway, just because you're happy where you are, it doesn't mean people are not going to approach you and um, disagree with your choices. People are definitely going to disagree on a regular basis. You're going to get stares and like especially for me, someone who lives away from home, when I go back home, people are going to start talking. Can you believe she's still not married? Is there something wrong with her? Can you believe she still doesn't have a child? Is there something wrong with her?
Stop it. Get some help.
I honestly do not care. Yeah, it's just one of the things that you have to get used to if you make the choice that I've made. But the more time I spend on the internet, the more I realize that a lot of young people are making these choices. Of course, most of the um, YouTube videos that I see, they're based on like first world countries, if I may say, first world countries. Like the US doesn't really have a problem that issue as yet. Like from what I've seen on the internet, my reliable source of information, the internet. But countries like South Korea, Japan, China, they're currently experiencing a low birth rates because young people are not engaging in marriage. People don't want to get married. So I know I'm not alone. There are a lot of other people my age here who are making the same decision. And nothing is set in stone. You never know, maybe a couple years from now, you hear me say, oh, meet my husband, meet my husband and my four children. Oh my word, my four children. I remember when I was young, I used to think I'm going to get married. I didn't know at what age I would get married. I just knew I was going to get married and have seven children and live happily ever after with my husband. How delusional. How delusional. And another thing that people don't understand before I wrap this up, another thing that people don't understand is that people are actually single and married and childless by choice, not because not because it's so hard to do these things. It's really not that complicated um, to meet someone, you have a child with them, and um, get married to them. But it's also about finding someone who is on the same path as yourself. Like another reason why I'm single is because it's hard to find someone. Like at my age, it's hard to find someone who is the same perspective as I do. Like, but like I stopped dating last no. Oh my word, it's been a minute since I stopped dating. But like the last two relationships that I had, these people were way ahead of me. They were thinking of getting married, they were thinking of having children and, you know, doing this and doing all these grown up things that I wasn't ready to do. So I just felt like, you know what, I'm holding this person back. They are better off with someone else who is at the same level as they are. So I actually stopped dating because most people really want to get married and settle down and have children and do all these uh, family things, all these family things that I'm not willing or ready to do. So that's like one of the reasons why I stopped dating. People are way ahead of me. I'm a slow. I'm a s- I'm I'm a late bloomer. I'm taking my time. Okay, enough about this rant on marriage and reproduction. Okay, bye.
Well, they asked me, did I have a massage to share with the world? That's my massage. Okay. Oh, message. I'm sorry, message. They said message. Sorry.